Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Everything Challenge on No Man's Land. Doing the final stripe here on the sorghum. Plan for today is to look into foraging wagons in particular. Want to find out, is it a good thing to do? Is it a bad thing to do? Is it efficient? Does it take longer than baling? Stuff like that. Got a pretty big wheat field out there. Can't really see it, but it's behind all those buildings. So that's where we're going to go have all our fun. Let me finish this off. We'll dump that into the trailer and then get this harvester going so we have some straw to forage. Make sure it goes in the first one. Yeah, we haven't been getting too much sorghum per year. I'm not sure if it's enough to feed everything that wants sorghum, but I suppose it is what it is. Before I go too far, just from an optimization point of view, let's jump into that this guy, and we'll get the worker to run the mulcher over this. Drop that down, and we'll get that all mulched. Get our, is it 2.5% bonus? I think it is. So run over to the harvester. Hope everyone's week's going fine. Being very busy in my world. So one of the questions is, what are we going to do with this foraged grass? I think we're going to have to put down like a hayloft or a silo or something like that. So that's probably one of the first things we need to do. First things first, I think I'm just going to set the worker off maybe from right to left. We'll go along the side here for a sec. We need to change that to... what's the key? I always forget what the keystroke is to change it to... There it is. To swath mode. There we go. It's left button and right on the D-pad. There we go, so now we have our straw coming out. I'll get to the corner here so it's kind of up and down the field for the worker, and then we can worry about actually how we're going to do this. Okay, that should be enough, and the worker can do the rest. So one of the things that happened a couple of episodes ago, I think it was, we got a windrower for cheap. So I thought we might bother to use that this episode. We haven't really had a reason to use it. We tend to use the V-type windrower we have, and haven't actually needed to use one of these. But hey, we got it for cheap, and yeah, let's play with it. We'll make a nice big swath pile. Whoops, I want the right keystroke there. I've been playing Construction Simulator too much, and the keystrokes are different. I'm getting everything confused. They've been playing the Stadium expansion, and yeah, it's been fun to get back into Construction Simulator. So with this, we'll go along and combine probably 2 rows into one. Alright, just leave that there for now. While we wait for those that harvest to come back and forth a lot of times, let's get a silo down. I'm thinking, do we want it to be close to the field so the hauling distance isn't too far, or do we want it to be close to the cows? I suppose what it's going to come down to is what size they are. So under silos, so that it's this type of hayloft thing. So I don't know from a style point of view whether we want a hayloft. My goal, the uber goal here also is underneath our statistics. I want a number to turn up here. So currently we have a straw stat, and I'm 99% sure that is from the straw that is in the cows and in the pigs, and also maybe the horses. Yeah, the horses. But it doesn't have a hay stat. So I think a silo is the only way of achieving that. I think a a hayloft should do... Yes, there's space for hay and straw. This one you have to drive through the middle as well, so it does take a little bit of space up. I don't think there's that many options when it comes to this. So this is, yeah, normal type of silos. I'm looking for a haylofty type thing. I did download this mod, maybe what we have to use, because I'm not seeing anything else that's kind of haylofty, you know. I think we're going to end up with this guy. So this has a drop-off point, and so just that grate, the grey thing. It has a pickup point, and weirdly or interestingly, it also has a shredder, so you can put the bales in that blue thing in the middle, and it will let you turn it into separated straw. That kind of works there. Let's have a look around where the cows are. Let's see if we can squeeze it over there instead. See, this guy's working nicely. We need access to both sides. Maybe we could put it on that corner. It's a little bit tight. It's not actually that bad. That's an option. I don't think we can squeeze it in here because I think the building's actually quite big. I don't think we can get... Yeah, nothing there. This is quite wide. It doesn't... Yeah, it's roughly where the grass is width-wise, so that's not going to work. We could maybe try to squeeze it up here, but the grapes are a bit close. It's not really working. This is a hill, so that doesn't work. So... Yeah, in light that there's not much wheat or much straw down this end of the world, maybe up by right here next to the... This is the flour mill. Yeah, it looks like that's quite wide as well. Could probably try to squeeze it in there. I don't know. It's not the best place. Yeah, I think actually over here might be probably better. It's not going to fit between the two spinneries. We could... Yeah, I don't know. I think we actually may have to put it over here. So, I don't know. What do you reckon? I think... Yeah, it might be alright. If I do it so that the spout you can drive through there, I think that might be the wisest decision. Then we can just back in for the unloading. Yeah, I think something like that. Well, it's done now. Let's do some landscaping. Is it asphalt? Let's get that all asphalted up. And there we go. Oh, that's really tall. That looks kind of cool. It's sat in the ground, not too bad. The level's okay. Yeah, it's not too bad. We should be able to back into this and drop it off, and it should work. It looks like the vacuum pulls it up and loads it. That's really tall. Yeah, that should be alright. That should work. Alright, so looks like we confused the harvester here. You couldn't turn around with that, buddy? Alright. Let that guy do its thing. Hopefully that gap there... it might be okay. The harvester should be able to do a half-decent job. Let's see how wide this is. Might actually be able to do 3 rows. No, I don't think it will. It's probably just 2 rows. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, so the plan is to make this swath. We'll get a nice deep one. And then we won't have to go up and down too many times with a forager. Hopefully the forager won't be overwhelmed with a swath of that size. That guy's only 4 as well. We'll have to deal with that. I think what I'll do, so I'll get to the end here, stop, and then deal with the harvester, either through a jump cut or a time-lapse, haven't decided yet, and then we'll get back to the action of the actual foraging in a sec. I think that's enough straw put into a foraging pile by the windrower. We'll have to deal with that harvester. It is nearly full. Pretty sure it won't make the whole row. But for now, this guy can... Yeah, there it is. The AI is now full. Let's get this kind of put out of the way. I'll make sure that there's enough space for the harvester to do a U-turn. Let's turn that off. We'll jump across to this guy and get out into the field. We do have crop destruction turned on, so I can't just drive into the field to get it unloaded. I think this field makes probably more than these two trailers combined, so at some point we will need to offload this, but we still have a bit of space left. We're not even at 50% yet. Let's get into here. Turn the worker off. Doesn't really matter which trailer it goes into. The goal is to fill them both up. The unload speed's not the fastest for this New Holland, but it has done us very well. We bought it within the first 5 episodes. Wasn't too expensive. I think if I remember right, we got it on sale. So I think we got it like half price. Can't complain about that. Yeah, it is getting a little bit small for the size of land we've got, but at the same time, we are saving a lot of money by not upgrading it. It's probably going to be a $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 expenditure to upgrade. And I'd rather put that money on, say, maybe a dedicated harvester, like a potato harvester or something. Alright, so we'll get the AI to continue doing that. That guy can stay there for now. Let's find another tractor. I think our blue one, the New Holland, there it is. It's probably finished doing the mulching. Yep, all done. Let's see how my backing skills are. Come on, around you come. Yeah, these smaller ones tend to pivot quite fast. That'll do. Alright, let's run up the shop and go find a forage wagon. If the that green thing there, the V windrower, if the forage wagon seems to be overloaded by the width of the swath, we might be able to put that on the front of this and get it centralized that way. Of course, you know, we didn't really need to use the windrower if we go that route, but it's fun to use a proper windrower. All right, forage wagons. Where are you? Forage harvesters. Where is it? Fertilizer, slurry. Here we go. Forage wagons. So we want size. So I think it's just going to come purely down to literage. 23, 26, 35, 44, 46, 49, 50. This one I think I see a lot of people use. Then I've got a whole lot of DLC and mods. So this was the contender right now. 50, 47, 42. I do like these class ones I downloaded. 35. There's these extreme ones. So they're designed for stone picking. And that's about it. So I kind of was hoping to do class because we've got so many of our class trailers have done so well. 50 versus 42. 100 grand versus... You know what? Let's get this one. And... Oh, it does have a silage additive tank, so we can use that for grass in the future and silage. I'll add that on. We do have some silage additive on the ground. You know what? I'm just going to buy it. Done. I like the class green. Looks kind of cool. I'm tempted to do a class only series where every single piece of equipment is class, so trailers and tractors and windrowers, you name it. Just make it a completely class-centric farm. I think that'd be kind of cool. This is the class Cargo S or Cargos or whatever it is. Yeah. As much as that's a slightly smaller capacity than the other one, I like the color and that's kind of cool. So I'm going to do this across ones first. See how it goes. Looks like the speed's pretty good. Yeah, you can honk along at 12. Would that be 16 kilometers per hour? Yeah, that's not a bad speed. Doesn't seem to be filling up too fast, like we're not going to have to unload it every second. The width of the pickup seems to be pretty good. Yeah, since that was a mod, I'll make sure that I put the name of the mod on the screen right now. Oh, it's even got tires that turn with your steering. Let's see if I can, so you can see that. See how the wheels are turning out. See, that means, yeah, you have a tiny turning circle. That's really good. Yeah, I like the speed too. I should be using a class. Where is our class tractor? Let's get this completely classy. Do we own a class tractor? Oh, I don't think we do. Huh. Oh, that's a shame. We should definitely, yeah. Well, in the future, I definitely think we're going to have a class-based series, and yeah, we'll make sure that we do that. Or maybe even in this series, we'll get to it. Yeah, it looks like the pickup width is really good. I can be kind of inaccurate and see how it kind of still picks it up. Yeah, so even though the tractor's struggling to get over some of the humps, the trailer's not at all. So that's 22, so nearly 50%. Oh, I like this. This is pretty fast. Yeah, that works out quite well. I think if you, yeah, jump between this and the trailer offload, which I'm going to have to do in a sec because that's at 80%, it balances it quite well. So even if we didn't win row with the field in the first place, I think we could have got a pretty good experience out of this. All right, and there we are, and 100. Okay. That wasn't too bad. So the question is, you know, is it going to be tiresome continually going up and down and delivering it? Because the alternative is to bail it. Bailing, it can be a little bit slow because, you know, you're stopping and starting and all that stuff. If you use a square baler, so straw is one of those ones where if you use a square baler, it can be continual. But yeah, that's holding 45,000, or was it 42,000? So a bale is 7 bales, I want to say. So basically the debate is, do you want to make bales and then use the bale loader to go pick them up, which is like kind of 2 steps, or do you just do 2 loads of the forage wagon directly? And going around with the round bale loader particularly, it's pretty fast. It holds, is it 12 or 14? No, it's more than that. Is it 24? Because it's 3 times, yeah, 3 times 8. Yeah, it might be 24 bales. So yeah, the bale loader is going to be holding probably nearly 150,000 litres. So basically the bale trailer is 3 loads, where the the forager would have to do 3 round trips versus you baling it, which is 1 trip, and you round bale loading it. Yeah, so 2 trips versus 3 trips. So yeah, interesting. Alright. Let's get this delivered, I think. I think we're at the point where we're out of space. Yeah, so it seems that the grain side of the harvest still kind of takes priority with your time. There's not really that much time left over to then do the foraging or the baling. So that, I think that's a pretty fair, there's no winner because you've chosen baling versus foraging. And I think from a driving point of view, 2 trips versus 3. But then baling is quite slow, as in the amount of time it takes to go forward, stop, forward, stop. Definitely better than pelleting. Pelleting is glacially slow. I mean, it's slower by about 10-20%, plus it's also then annoying to haul. So yeah, so at this point I'm kind of like 50-50 with foraging. But yeah, let's get out in the field, do it a bit more. This round trip was a bit unfair because the trailers were full. Let's see how we go. I think I can just park this over here somewhere and we should be fine. Alright, let's jump into here. And of course, if we had grass in here, we could be delivering this to a pit. Not a bad way of doing hay though, I think, because you could put the mower on the front of something, like we normally do, that big orange mower. You could put the tedder on the back, and then you could put the V windrow on the front of this, and then put this on the back. So that would all work out quite well. But there's our first foraging on this playthrough. It only took, what, 85 episodes? Yeah, I like that. I like the animation. Yeah, it's cool. Unload speed's pretty good. I don't know if that's an artifact of the silo or the forage wagon, how fast it can unload. I assume it's more the wagon. Animation's cool. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. I don't do this very often, foraging. Actually, I don't think I've done this since the game came out. I remember doing foraging on... What's the US map called? I forget what it's called, but yeah, the US map, the main map. I did it on that for a bit. The other thing I don't do is manure, which is kind of similar to this, where you fill it up and then spray it out the back. I don't do that very often. Alright, so yeah, let's get another time lapse going, and let's do some laps, and then I'll give you some final thoughts on what I think about foraging versus baling.
My world is spinning round, round, around. Oh, I want you now, now, now. My world is spinning round, round, round. And I want you now, and I want you now, and I want you now.
So that wasn't a bad run. The harvester now has kind of got stuck in the corner here, and we'll have to work all that out. But in general, it wasn't too painful. The timing between picking up the straw with this forager versus making sure the windrow was going up and down versus the tractor over here to our left picking up or unloading the harvester, it all kind of balanced out quite well. We're able to do all three at once. I think the windrower does help a little bit because you have to go up and down less times because you're picking up twice as much. I think it does make it a little bit more efficient. The windrower going up and down risky as a freebie. It has very little effort involved to it for the optimization you get. It's just a couple of dollars for that. I think if you didn't own a windrower, it's like, yeah, debatable whether it's worth it, but I think having this guy pick up stuff so much faster is better. the size of the field versus the distance to the unload point is going to be a factor here. Annoyingly, up and back was more than 100%. So that is a little factor to do, but I enjoyed it. I think it's something different. I mean, bailing does get quite boring, and bailing isn't free. You need to stop and start, then you need to get the round baler, picker up thing, and then once you got them, then you have to put them in storage, and then you have to pick them up again. One thing we should find out is what's the unload and load speed. Actually, we can do that right now. How fast... Let me get this little bit here. How fast can you pick this up? Because when you spawn out the bales out of storage, it takes a fair while. Like this storage right here. So currently, I probably should explain this. Currently, we've been dumping them in here. And then you have to spawn them out. You know, you press this and hey, we say, hey, I want, for example, I'm just going to do one. I want one bale. Then you have to get this guy out and pick it up and then deliver it to the destination. I'm just going to cheat here a bit and put that back into storage. Versus where with this, we should be able to go underneath that spout and just unload or reload this quite fast. If the trailer's not in the way, I might have to back into it. Oh, that was terrible. So in theory, I should be able to just... Oh, maybe this trailer doesn't support unloading? Interesting. That's a pity because... maybe that's a trailer only thing. Let me try from a different angle, make sure that that was not a problem. Because we should be able to... Oh, you can't. This trailer doesn't support unloading into it. Well, let's see what it's like with a normal trailer. Park this in the field for a sec. One thing I did try to do was use the AI to drive this, and much like with the baler, it didn't run. So you need to put the V windrower on the front to get the AI to do this for you. And of course the AI won't also know about whether the load is full, and so it will just keep on going and going and windrowing, and the baling, or not the baling, the foraging will just continue, much like with the baler. The baler will just miss that part of the forest track. So I think from an AI point of view, the baler might be better because she'll get, there's a bale and a miss, bale and a miss, where with this it will just go up and down, fill this up, and then just get a forage row. So let's see what this is like. We've got stuff in both. We'll unload this, and then we'll go see what the delivery is like. That's that going again. Yeah, so let's get this unloaded and then we can see what the fill rate is from that silo. It doesn't have to be too fast, I guess, because risky, you're only going to be taking, what, 10, 20,000 at a time to a cow or a horse pen or something like that. It does give you the benefit that you could use quite a nice small tractor, so not tractor, trailer. And so you could maybe have a smaller one, maybe one of these classes without the extension on it, and just do a little bit. Good for tight spaces. Alright, let's get this done. I think this wheat harvest has been quite good. I think, I want to say we started with like 50,000 or something. Maybe a bit lower than that. Maybe it was like 20 or 30. I think we've got maybe about 50,000 because these are not full. And we've done a complete load, which is 45 plus this. So we've done about, yeah, 50, 60,000. So not too much. All right, so let's see what it's like. I'm just going to drop off that last trailer. Let's see what this fill rate's like. Yeah, I was surprised that the forest trailer couldn't do this. Yeah, so we get to put grass, silage. Oh, silage can go in here, interestingly. So we could shred the silage bales and put it in there as raw material. Hay and straw. So yeah, 261,000 so far. And I believe a bale... Oh, that's a good speed too. So this thing's going to hold 22,000. Yeah, that's alright. That works quite well. I think a bale... What's a bale going to be? A bale is, it says bottom right corner, 11,000. So realistically, we're only talking about 2 bales. Oh. The construction simulator keystrokes have messed up my brain. Let's deliver this to the cows. Actually, we can cut across here since we've harvested and mulched it. So there's 2 things that the cows want. The cows want it in this bay. I think there's a trigger point here. Yeah, there is. So you can do it that way. So that's quite practical. That's very doable. And get a nice partial load there. And the question is, can you do the same thing, because it's separated, can you do the same thing when it comes to the bedding? And I know this is quite full, so it won't take much. Yeah, but you can. So yeah, that's a very good positive. So you don't have to invest in a shredder, and a trailer can quite practically be used for that. So yeah, interesting conclusion. So a trailer-based delivery of this straw means you can easily deliver into the bay. You can do the straw for the bedding, and you can avoid the cost of the baler. You can avoid the cost of having to find or have a telehandler or something like that to lift the bales up, and you can avoid the cost of the shredder. That's actually looks like it's glitching through the roof, so I might actually. Before we have an explosion here, might come out. I think that's yeah. Looks like it's a little bit... Physics are not too happy. Actually, I might as well leave it like that. Yeah, the last question is, can we deliver this to the pigs this way? So normally what happens is you drop a bale onto the load point in the pigs. So let's see if that is possible. So right here you can deliver food, but you also deliver the bedding this way too. I think this might be full as well, but yeah, it looks like you can. It lets me do it. Awesome. So yeah, not a bad conclusion. The separated straw, the normal, and call it non-bale straw, definitely can be hauled via trailers. And yeah, the storage capacity of this particular mod is huge. So it looks like we haven't had a problem with that. Yeah, I like it. I think as an alternative to bales, it definitely is an interesting way of getting straws done. I'll hit this again, put it back to where it was. And yeah, I like it. And the fact that you can put bales here to shred them is interesting too. I assume we can come in sideways, yeah. Yeah, very interesting. So yeah, we'll call it the end of the episode. Tell us what you think about straw done through foraging. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And next time we will continue the harvesting on the Everything Challenge on No Man's Land. I think we're up to corn next. And yeah, I'll finish this off camera. But yeah, once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.